Well, we're at a really unique and interesting place right in downtown Oklahoma City today. We're at the Harn Homestead, just south of the Capitol building on Northeast 13th Street. We're visiting today on this unique site, and this is Caroline Gist. Caroline is Executive Director of the Harn Homestead. Caroline, it's a really nice place here, and we're excited to be here today.
Thank you, Ray. We're glad that you're here.
And you know, as we were talking earlier, this could very well be one of the best kept secrets in Oklahoma, because this is an original homestead that you all have brought back into a working homestead, actually.
That's correct.
About how long have y'all been here?
We have been here actually since 1986.
Okay. And you've got school children that come out all the time,
Yeah.
and tell us a little bit about how people can come actually and see us. What are the directions to get here?
We are on Northeast 16th Street, just south.
I think I said 13th,
right.
16th Street.
16th Street, just southwest of the state capitol.
Okay.
So we're just west off of Lincoln.
And that is interesting because you can look in the background and see the Capitol building, the flags. And it's kind of a windy day here today. What do you expect on a homestead in Oklahoma?
That's
it's
right.
Not a windy day.
And when the Capitol dome is completed, we'll be able to see it from our property.
Oh, that'll be great. Well, Caroline, we're delighted to be here today. I know you always have a lot of events and activities coming up. You have weddings, you've told me. In fact, you have one scheduled.
On Saturday afternoon, we have a wedding. We have a lot of events for private companies. We have bar mitzvahs, we have graduation parties, birthday parties for adults as well as for children. And
the whole area here is just so unique. And we're going to take some time now to visit with some other people here on the Harn Homestead, some of the staff, those that actually get involved in directing some of the activities here. And who's the first lady we're going to meet?
Kimberly Wagaman.
Okay, and what's Kimberly's title?
She's our farm wife.
Okay.
She works with the children when they do chores in the farmhouse.
Hi, you must be Kimberly.
Why, yes.
Kimberly, I'm Ray Campbell.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you're Kimberly Wagaman. You're the farm wife here, is that correct?
This is true.
And every good farm wife, of course, particularly on homestead days, had their flower garden out front.
Well, you have to have some sort of color.
Right, and this is a beautiful rose bush, Kimberly. What is it?
It's a Harrison rose.
Uh-huh.
I can't tell you much about it, but it is having a really good year this year. This is the best year so far.
And those bright yellow flowers is the yellow rose of Texas, is that right?
That's what I understand.
The yellow rose of Texas right here at Oklahoma. That's great. Well, Kimberly, I know that you are a historian of sorts yourself, particularly about the Harn Homestead. Give us a little bit of background and history on how it was established, how this actually piece of property came to be here in Oklahoma.
Well, it was an original claim. Mr. Harn came in 1891. He was appointed by the president to adjudicate claim disputes, and many of them arose because, after all, if you have 160 acres, you can't stand on one corner and somebody stand on the other corner, and if you can't see each other, you don't know who was there first. And he helped to figure all of this out. He remained in Oklahoma for many, many years, purchased this property in 1896, didn't build a home until 1904, and he lived here until 1944 when he passed away. It went into the hands of his niece, Florence Wilson, and Florence lived here until 1968.
I see.
She decided she wanted to move, and so she donated the property, which at that point in time there's only 9.4 acres left, and she donated it to the city to become a park in the memory of her aunt and uncle.
And so it operates now as a non-profit organization.
Right. In the
correct?
80s, it went from being a city-run park to being a private nonprofit.
Okay. What are some of the buildings, if we were to come on the property and just take a look around? What would be some of the buildings we would see? Obviously, this is a farmhouse.
Yes, this farmhouse, it was brought in 1909. It was brought from Mr. Harn's brother George, who had come out from Ohio for his family to live in. And this home over here is a house that was built in 1904.
Yeah.
And it's a catalog home.
I see.
Mrs. Harn got to pick it out of a catalog.
I think I saw on the sign there that this was in the Sears catalog or something like that.
It was the National Builders, which is a subsidiary.
Okay, right. In the little farmhouse where we were, I believe earlier today there were school kids in there actually washing and doing food preparation, because you've actually got furnished inside with types of furnishings.
We do first-person educational programs, so we have up to 70 students come a day. They spend half a day in the house doing inside chores, half a day outside in the barn and garden doing outside chores.
Oh, wow.
And getting a little flavor of what it might have been like.
And you have a one-room schoolhouse
We
on the
do.
property.
It came from Guthrie, and it was brought in for educational programs. Children come, they get to go to school with their own teacher, and if they misbehave, they get to put their nose in the circle.
Oh, well, I bet they won't misbehave more than once then here.
Well, usually if I'm the teacher, it's not a problem.
I love that barn over there also, the big rock barn, and there is a lot of artifacts in there. I know Caroline was telling us earlier that the Surrey that was in the original Broadway production of Oklahoma is in there.
It is.
It's and then there's just a lot of really interesting artifacts.
We call it the exhibit barn. It was built in the 1970s. It was built by the city, and we use it for functions, so on and so forth, and to house some of our artifacts.
Well, what I really like here, I think most of all, is the way that you and the other workers all have a title. You're the farm wife. We have someone who works in the garden, and you dress in the period dress. You actually do the work, and we're going to go out now and look at the vegetable garden, because I want to know a little bit about that too, of course, and I think our viewers would as well. But the children come out and work in the garden, right?
They do. They do.
Great. And who's going to visit with us in the garden then?
It's going to be Tina.
Tina okay.
Moore.
Good. All right. Great. Well, we're going to go out there then. And Kimberly, thank you very, very much.
Well, thank you.
Well, hi, Tina. You've got
hello.
Beautiful cabbage patch here.
Thank you.
And here at Harn Homestead, you are the gardener?
The farmer.
The farmer, okay.
Or the farmer helper, actually.
The farmer helper. Well, I need a farmer helper like this at my house, particularly if this cabbage can grow this well. Tell us a little bit about what you all try to do out here in the vegetable garden.
Well, most of the garden is planted by the children, that they come in and they plant the seeds, and if they come up, then we're happy, and if they don't, we just go plant them again. And they do a lot of the hoeing and the weeding, and pretty much everything that I can get them to do, they do.
And these are the children that come out on field trips from the various schools.
We have about 60 children a day in our garden that come in on field trips, and they do whatever needs to be done. The chores change to whatever.
And the children that are here today that were working in the garden are from, I believe, the Community Christian School in Norman, Oklahoma.
Yes.
And it was a delight to see those kids get so excited and do the work out there.
That's the fun part about this
I'm
job.
sure it is. And they also harvest. If they're harvesting something like they were harvesting strawberries a while ago, they can get that. They get to take those home with them. And
the radishes, they use them. Well, they use them in the farmhouse.
Oh, I see.
That they go work in the farmhouse and do chores in there, and they take their things that they harvest in here to the farmhouse to work.
Well, let's walk up this way a little, just for a few minutes, and you've got a nice lettuce and spinach patch there. But what are some of the other things that you have here? I know you've got a lot of new things this year.
We have potatoes and tomatoes and all the normal things. We have some blackberry bushes that we put in.
Okay.
We have some grapevines that we've put in, and just the normal, the cantaloupe, the squash, all the things I like to eat.
And would this be a typical then of the way a garden probably a vegetable garden would have been during the time that the Harn Homestead would have been established?
It's fairly typical. There's some things different because of the fact that we have the children, and I tend to do rows more that are a little higher so that I know where the children have planted the seeds.
And I'm sure they learn an awful lot when they're out here doing this. Not only about history, but just about the fun of being out on a farm.
They learn it's work. And like when they mow, they're like, this is so hard. And I'm like, well.
I'm sure it is.
Can you imagine?
One of the things that was of interest to me is that I got a notice not too long ago that there is the Oklahoma Herb Growers Association having their Herb Festival here, actually on the 12th, which is the first day this show is airing. And Steve Dobbs is going to be here. He's the former host of Oklahoma Gardening, to give a demonstration. But you have quite an herb garden here?
We have a fairly good herb garden. We have some of the board members and other people that come and work in the herb garden. Okay. And it's done by volunteers also.
Well, great. Well, this is really a nice place. It's been really a great experience for me to be here, because I've always heard of the Harn Homestead, but I've never been here. I know a lot of people that have come. And so I'll let you get back to your hoeing, or else you may have to have like school kids to come out. But we're going to go talk with David Sapper now, I think. And David is chairman of the grounds committee, correct?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Well, listen, it's been a real pleasure to meet you, and I'm glad you only have one hoe in your hand, so you didn't give me one too. So thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.
We're visiting now with David Sapper. David is chair of the grounds committee here at the Harn Homestead. And David, it's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks again for having us here at the Harn Homestead. And I know that you've got so many things out here, and not only plants, but structures, all of the buildings, some of them very authentic, some have been brought in from other locations. But tell me exactly how you plan, how you incorporate everything with the structures, the gardens, and have a sense of order to it all.
Well, there have been lots of people before the current board who have organized the maintenance of these grounds. One of the big things we do every year, of course, in the more ornamental part, the park-like part, we sow it with rye to keep it green all year round. And we had an urban forester from OSU come out a couple of years ago. We got a grant, and we've done what they call an audit on all our trees so that we can maintain and keep this place looking as it always has looked over the next, because you have to keep replacing trees, etc., to keep it looking like this.
I believe you told me that you try to have it large enough to have enough things to show, but yet you also try to have it as authentic as you can.
Right. So, well, for instance, like with the vegetable garden, we try to have big patches of grapes and strawberries so that the kids and the people who visit can pick and partake in that experience.
So you do have a board. You mentioned the board.
Yes.
You do have a board of directors, or
we have a board of directors of 35.
Okay.
And on our grounds committee, we have about 7-8 people, and we sit down in the spring and we look at what went, well last year, and add to it. And we don't necessarily do historic varieties, but when we can, we do. For instance, we're going to start working on our orchard next year, replanting it, and we hope to do full-size trees like they planted at the turn of the century.
Great. And you're located at 313 Northeast 16th Street.
That's correct.
Just south of the Capitol building.
Right.
And how do people have special events here if they want to have a special event?
They just call us, and it's 236-4058. And we encourage small family events, large public events, whatever anyone's wanting, call us and we'll try to work with you.
Parties, wedding, bar mitzvahs, you
Right,
said, just,
anything.
graduation parties, I guess.
Right.
But tell me about the admission.
Admission is, for adults, general admission is $3, and children under 12, $1.50.
And hours are?
Ours are from
10 to 4, I believe Caroline said earlier. Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
Great. Well, again, it's like we said earlier, I think this is one of the best kept secrets in Oklahoma. It's a real jewel in downtown Oklahoma City. It's such a nice place to have so much history in one spot. And we've just really enjoyed being out here today with you and looking around. And we hope that all of our viewers come out and visit with us here at Harn Homestead.
It's a pleasure having you here with us.
Great, David. Thank you very much.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. You can also find more recent videos on our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.